Now, one of the biggest names on Wall Street is throwing his weight behind Mitt Romney in the Republican presidential race. Washington reporter Hans Nichols here with us this morning in New York on this.
Well, it's Steve Schwarzman, one of the biggest names in private equity, going, of course, with the son of private equity, Mitt Romney, a little bit earlier in the cycle. Essentially what Schwarzman will be doing, he'll be bundling, which means asking all of your friends to write checks. In this campaign, the limit is $5,000. Give them to Romney, have all his friends up to his apartment there on Park Avenue. Now, look, this got a lot more competitive, this race, with the endorsement of the Manchester Union leader, of Newt Gingrich, over the weekend. So the primary could be teased out a little bit longer. And then in terms of the money race, the president's team, Obama headquarters in Chicago, they're starting to hear that they might not get the same level of support on Wall Street that they got 4 years ago. David Heller, he was Obama's biggest Goldman Sachs donor in the New York area. He looks like he's declaring neutrality. He will be sitting this one out. That's according to a person familiar with the matter. And just look at what he bundled in the last cycle, somewhere between $200,000 and $500,000. Then he topped it all off with another $25,000 to the inaugural committee, then $65,000 to Democrats in general in 2008. Now, last cycle, Schwarzman, yeah, he gave a little to McCain, but he basically sat it out. And so that really said that, look, Blackstone ended up giving more to Obama. Overall, their employees gave $357,000 to in the entire cycle. $254,000 of that went to the Democrats. $95,000 went to Republicans. Look for that to change. Look for that to flip. But the bigger question is, will Goldman Sachs flip? Because that was the biggest, second biggest, I should say, donor to the president last cycle. They gave some $6 million all told. 4.5 went to the Democrats, 1.5 to the Republicans. Right now, Betty, Romney is winning the race for cash on Wall Street. Not a big surprise. The president's had some pretty strong language about fat cat bankers. Yep. Romney, of course, son of private equity. He's got $3.6 million from financial services. The president's at 1.6. These are actually small numbers when you think of the campaign. It's going to be $2.5 billion. The key thing for campaigns right now, get money in early, get their infrastructure up, get their ads up. Hard to spend all that money down the line when we get closer to November.
Right. We know Obama's still way ahead, all of them, in terms of fundraising. But do we know why Schwarzman has thrown his weight behind Romney?
We don't have a good indication. I think he's going to be on air tomorrow. Well, maybe we'll have a chance to ask him then. Look, I mean, they obviously have a background in private equity. They speak the same language. Romney is very good in these small donor meetings. That's what donors keep telling us. And when you look at the rest of the Republican field out there, not a whole lot of places to put their money. There's this Gingrich boomlet right now. Perry had a little bit of money coming in towards him. I think he had 15 million, 17 million when he first started. A lot of that, though, was Texas money. In terms of the Wall Street money, it's closing around Romney. He looks to be their candidate.